A basic component of Die in the Dungeon is to upgrade and improve your deck. Starting out, you have basic dice that roll for 1 or 2 damage each, but you can upgrade them to gold tier and roll up to 6 attack with 1 die. But what if upgrading wasn't necessary? Can you beat the Evil Frog using only basic dice? The rules for this challenge are simple. You can only use basic tier dice. I can modify the dice with hollow, grow, heavy, etc. and transform them, but they must remain basic tier and cannot be upgraded to silver or gold. Our strategy for the challenge would be to use grow on my dice to scale against enemies on later floors. I also need heal dice to heal up and stay on max health and gain the +3 max health floor rewards. I have a couple different ideas for handling attack. I can use the Pierce dice to counter beetles and their defense, or I can use the area dice to counter healing moths by damaging everything at once. This challenge begins, like always, and it all starts with killing this fly. For the floor reward, I gain a grow block. On floor 2, I got the transform event, which gave me a hollow mirror, a grow heal, and a heavy boost. This deck is shaping up nicely, as I already have my heal and my block taken care of. My hope is to use the hollow mirror and heavy boost to help out my attack. It can also be used flexibly for the defense too. For the floor 3 reward, I gain 3 max HP. This is a great start to build the health pool I need for later floors. Next, floor 4, I play my heal die early and start the counter on the growth. I need to play my grow dice frequently to build up defense and to get back to full health before beating the enemies. The floor reward sparks an idea for eternal dice. I might be able to build a strategy around these dice that stay on the board forever. But I can already tell that my current deck is too full, which means I can't play the grow dice frequently enough to really get the benefit of them growing. My strategy is taking good effect. Scale the grow block and heal and then slowly attack. This lets me end the floor on max health, which allows me to then increase my health with the reward. Floor 7 is the discard event. I get rid of the extra block dice and I'll rely on the grow block. At this point, I'm realizing that the heavy mod is not really useful on basic dice, and I get rid of the heavy boost die too. During floor 8 through 12, I discard down my extra attack die and increase my max health. On these floors, you can see the potential problems beetles pose. Fortunately, my boost plus mirror dice allow my attack to overwhelm their defense. You can also see the need for the large health pool. 2 spiders and 1 fly took off 15 HP and got me down to 20. I need time for the grow on my block and heal to work, so I have to have enough health to sacrifice until those grow. The axe bug is an important reason to have hollow dice, so I can play enough dice to cover the weak point and still put out high enough rolls. On floor 13, I skipped the backpack hero event. I mistook this event for the golden beetle event and missed the opportunity to increase max HP. On the later floors, the draft dice are usually gold or silver tier, and there are no opportunities to gain new basic dice. Floor 17 was the fairy health event, which I used to increase max health again. My deck was in decent shape, so I just took a bit more max HP and made my way to the queen bee. The bee fight is not that concerning for this challenge. Since we have a large pool of health, we have plenty of time to grow the block and the heal dice. It was a very slow-paced fight. I was in no danger of dying, except of boredom maybe, and mainly had to fight the honey dice clogging my hand to put out attack and win. There is an abrupt difficulty spike after the bee fight, and on floor 21, I found out that elite spiders and moths can output huge damage. Even my 53-point health pool was not deep enough for my block and heal to grow and scale, and these enemies kept whittling me down. My attacks were too weak to counteract the moth's heal even when boosting, and the hollow mirror was way too unreliable. I had a pretty good deck according to my strategy, and I had plenty of health. However, these 3 enemies easily killed me while staying on max HP. Even with everything going right, are basic dice just too weak? I couldn't just give up. I had to try again. Maybe my attack strategy was my Achilles heel. I try to run with Pierce Attack, laughing at the beetle's attempts to defend against me until I was myself overwhelmed. I tried Area Attack and hoped to damage more things than the moths could heal, but was still out-damaged and killed. After all this grinding, had I found a challenge that was truly impossible? I geared up for one final run to try to beat the evil frog with only basic dice. This run began like all the others and started with killing this fly. The reward gave me only one possible draft, only one basic option for a glass mirror. I was unsure of the usefulness of this one-time usage mirror, but was hoping it would give me a quick boost to jumpstart the grow on my deck. Floor 2 is just a single spider, easy to defeat, and I drafted a grow block. Floor 3 had the grow and glass event. I added grow to my attack, and glass ended up on one of the boost dice. This is okay. On floor 4 and 5, I only got to increase health, and I only had silver options for the new die draft. This is a problem since there are only a few floors early on that even let me pick up new basic dice. On floor 6, you can clearly see quite a few problems I'm having dealing with the clogged deck. I could not play my grow dice frequently enough for them to really develop, and in spite of understanding these problems, I still chose to add a hollow block to my deck, clogging it even further. Floor 7 was the Jester Transform event, which gave me an Eternal Block, an idea begins to form there, a Grow Heal, and a Hollow Boost. This event was really good in many ways. It transformed Clutter into a winning hand. It has reduced the number of basic block dice clogging up my hand, and it added in Hollow and Eternal to free up the deck. With Grow on attack, defense, and heal, my deck was really sorting itself out. Floors 8 through 11 gave me the opportunity to increase my max HP and decrease my clutter by discarding a basic block. Floor 12 was the skip floor event. I chose to skip with health increase, and I could be potentially missing heal upgrades, or maybe I could just be skipping some bad floors too. I actually skipped 3 floors and ended up on floor 16. I got some more max HP and then ran into the Backpack Hero event, this time correctly gaining max health. Floor 19 hit me with an elite fly, a moth, and an axe bug. I got dangerously low on health and was reminded how easily the damage escalates. I killed the axe bug and then the fly and then healed back up. The floor reward let me add Hollow to my grow block, which gives it a minor buff with honey in the bee fight. Once again, this boss battle was a simple matter of balancing deck size with honey blocks to keep my defense up, and I let grow carry me. This fight caused me to realize the size of my deck was holding me back. I discarded the hollow block and trusted a boosted Eternal and the grow block to keep me alive where a single grow defense block could not. Floor 21 welcomed me in with an elite spider, an elite beetle, and a mimic. I got super dangerously low, down to 10 HP. I realized here I needed to stop using attack until after my heal and block had scaled. When my heal and block are developed, then I can focus on that grow attack. But right then, my attack dice was just getting me hit extra from the mimic. I went all in on grow and discarded down the glass boost so I can play the grow dice every turn. The final late floors made me very aware that damage to me can get out of control until my dice scale. Trusting fully in the grow dice, I discarded down that original glass mirror, the final boss fight at an even 50 health. I was apprehensive when entering this battle. The evil frog plays 3 dice on the board and can output some pretty big hits. I need to be careful with boost placement so I don't help his attacks, and I don't want my eternal die to be put on the board where he can mirror it. However, after my block and heal began to outpace the frog, I began to even hit a little softly. I wanted to keep him in phase 1 while I let my dice grow. I was still worried that in phase 2 I could die and lose the whole run. The frog plays 4 dice a turn in phase 2 and can boost and mirror his attack. It would be such a shame to lose right at the end. So I shamelessly farmed my dice and became unstoppable. This went on for an entire 5.5 minutes. I just kept playing my grow dice, and I even stopped attacking him some turns to keep him on phase 1. I farmed up plus 40 on my grow block and heal, and had a plus 25 on the grow attack. Once I moved into phase 2, there was no contest, and I mowed the evil frog over. I cannot describe how difficult this challenge is. Even if you think it looks hard, try it yourself to really get a feel for taking basic tier dice all the way to the end. My final deck was 1 basic grow attack, 1 basic boost, 1 basic grow and hollow block, 1 basic eternal block, 1 basic grow heal, 1 basic hollow boost. With this deck, my max initial roll could give me at most 6 attack, or 10 block, or just 6 heal. But I took on elite spiders and beetles and moths with this deck. I even beat the queen bee and the evil frog. So even basic dice can do amazing things.